Algebraic Expressions, Part 2. To evaluate multi-step expressions, replace each variable with the correct value and follow the order of operations, which you know as PEMDAS. So in this problem it says evaluate 5t plus 4 if t equals 3. So we're pretty much going to do the exact same thing we did before. We're just going to plug in the numbers where our variables are. So the first thing I'm going to do is write my problem, 5t plus 4. And then if t equals 3, I'm plugging in that 3 where the t is. So I have 5 times 3, because remember, if there's a number and a variable together and there's nothing in between, that means multiply. So 5 times 3 plus 4. Well, if I look at PEMDAS, I have to multiply before I can add because m comes before the a. So I have to do 5 times 3 first. 5 times 3 is 15, and then I can add 4 to 15. 15 plus 4 is 19. So 5t plus 4 equals 19 when t equals 3. Evaluate 4x squared if x equals 1/4. I would like for you to try to do this one on your own. So press pause to solve the problem, and then when you think you have the correct answer, press play to check. So 4x squared when x equals 1/4 is 1/4, because this means 4 times x squared. Well, if x is 1/4, then that is 4 times 1/4 squared. Remember, a perfect square is when you multiply a number by itself. So I have 1/4 squared. That means 1/4 times 1/4, and that equals 1/16. So 4 times 1/16, I cross simplify and then multiply straight across, and I get 1/4. For number 5, evaluate 10 times a plus 7 if a equals 1/5. I would like for you to solve this on your own and check it with your group in class tomorrow. So please take a moment, pause the video, solve the problem, and then when you believe you have the answer, you can press play and we will check number 5 in class tomorrow. Kenny is wrapping a gift for his brother's birthday. The box has side lengths that are 1/2 of a foot. Use the expression 6s squared, where s represents the length of a side, to determine the surface area of the box he is wrapping. Express your answer in square feet. So I'm going to highlight, because this is a word problem, highlight the question and the important information. Well, I think it's good to know that the side lengths are 1/2 of a foot. We're using the expression 6s squared, and s represents the length of a side. Well, it just told us the length of each side is 1/2 of a foot, so that means s is going to equal 1/2 of a foot. Okay, and then it says we have to express our answer in square feet, and we're finding the surface area of the box. Well, you may not know how to find the surface area of the box, but the nice thing is we just have to use the expression we are given. So that expression is 6s squared, and in the problem we found that s equals 1/2 because s represents the length of a side and each side length is 1/2 of a foot. So s equals 1/2. So we just have to plug in and solve. Please pause the video to take a moment to do this, and when you're finished, press play to check. Our answer to this problem is 1.5 square feet. 6 times s squared, when we plug in 1/2, is 6 times 1/2 squared. 1/2 squared is 1/2 times itself, 1/2 times 1/2, which equals 1/4. So then we have 6 times 1/4. I can cross simplify, and then I get 3/2, which must be simplified. It must be written as a mixed number. So I divide to find that mixed number, and I learn that 3/2 is 1.5 square feet because we are expressing our answer in square feet. Now you need to answer your summary questions with complete sentences And then once you do that, you need to write any questions you still have, questions of confusion, like things you don't understand. And then if you do not have a question of confusion, you need to write a problem for your group to solve during your whisk chat.